right, welcome back to Buckets on Buckets, presented by KFC on Overtime. We're hanging out and watching Game 3 of the Finals. The Heat lead at the half, 58-54. Next up, we're going to be joined by one of the bubble superstars, a Kentucky alum who absolutely tore up the playoffs, Denver Nugget Jamal Murray. Jamal, what's going on, man?
What's up, boss? Just chilling, watching the game. How are you?
I love it. I'm good, man. I'm good. You had like one of the most epic playoff runs in recent memory. In the whole time, but in that first round series against Utah and Donovan, can you just kind of take me through that rhythm that you were in, where you exploded for a 40 ball and two 50 balls?
It was cool. I mean, we weren't expected to go down 3-1 like that, so that kind of woke us up a little bit, and I realized how much was at stake and how much was on the line, and I just want to come out and just give it my best shot. If we're going to go down, at least we're going out shooting, at least we're going out fighting, playing hard. And I just took that momentum, I just took that focus and that mental energy, and I translated it to every single game I played. And even when the outcome wasn't great in scoring, I was doing other things, and I was just really locked in. So hopefully I can continue that level of play and that focus and start the season that way.
Do you feel like maybe getting down 3, because it takes a lot of energy, I think, to get back into a series when you're trailing, especially 3-1. Do you think some of the Western Conference Finals, you guys not being able to compete as well with the Lakers was due to the fact that you had to expend so much energy in beating Utah and then coming back against the Clippers as well?
Yeah, we definitely exerted a lot of energy. We feel like we're a young team. We can run all day, but to feel that impact of fatigue of a game day, off day, and when these games mean so much, it was tough, So it was unfortunately it was coming off an injury, but at least we gave it a really good shot, and we surprised a lot of people with how well we played together. So I'm proud of our group, man. I'm proud of what we did and what we accomplished, but we know we can do much better.
Yeah. I got a random question for you, actually. Do you practice 360 layups?
I've given them a try plenty of times. Me and my dad, we go through all the shots. We go through all the difficult shots and have confidence in making them. So sometimes when I'm playing, I look at where I am on the court or look down to see where I'm taking off from, and I can just kind of give myself an estimated guess and finish off the play.
That's amazing. I feel like it's funny because when you get off, after the third quarter, we got CJ McCollum coming on for the fourth quarter, and both of you guys, not the same skill set, not the same game at all, but both of you guys, I feel like, are two of the best at just making junk shots. I don't know what else to call them, but it's just like it's shots that no one else really takes and no one else really makes.
Yeah. Now CJ does the same thing. He just gets to the spot. Pulls up, right where you are, and uses his hands to do that. So he's a tough cover. I understand where you come from with that. But I've been trying to get to the rim more, honestly. I'm just trying to get to the free throw line, try to draw more contact. It was just hard in the bubble,
I feel like that's probably the evolution of like every great scorer becomes, how do I get to the free throw line 8 to 10 times a game? All right, we're gonna go. Miami comes out hot again, makes a run to start the third. So we're gonna go to our first commercial break. This is a segment called The Bucket, where we take questions from fans. Jamal, I just want to tell you, I did not write these questions, okay? I did not write these questions, all right? All right. Somebody hit us up on IG and it said, ask Jamal if they thought they could come back against the Lakers.
Hell yeah, we thought we could come back. Why not? Why not?
You'd already done it twice.
We've done it twice.
You'd already done it
We've
twice.
Already done it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a situation you want to be in, but.
Yeah. All right, somebody else wants to know how you stayed so locked in during the playoffs.
Really, I'm just addicted to basketball, and they put us in a room, and they said, "All right, we're playing for the championship. Every game matters." And just to come out, have a 50-point game, and knowing what I'm capable of doing, and my team giving me the confidence and the freedom to go do it. It really helped me a lot. So I just say my job is to score and lead the team and be vocal and put a lot of effort out on defense, and that's what I have to do to win. So it was fun for me to be in that zone and look forward to each and every game.
I love it. One of the things I've noticed in doing these segments is that people have really crazy Instagram and Twitter handle names. All right, the next user on Instagram asks, Jamal, how did you improve your game to all-star caliber?
Just being consistent with how I play.
Like, is there something specific that you focused on in terms of getting better? I feel like it was like a gradual thing, and then all of a sudden now it's just like an explosion. Like, I'm here.
I think just like with the team giving me so much more confidence, like, no, okay, we have better communication on what we want to do on offense, and we work with each other more. Okay, Joker, when the guard comes here, flip it so that I can come off and I can shoot three, or let's do the angle, let's do the pick and roll high, or when it's tight, let me hit you in the pocket. Like, I think we were just more on the same page where I could plan what I'm gonna do. My teammates knew what I was gonna do. So yeah. When everybody knows when I'm gonna shoot and how I'm gonna shoot, then it benefits everybody.
All right, the J Real asked, was the whole getting to the NBA process harder because you are Canadian? I'm not sure what that question means, but I was told to read it.
That is a very good question, and it's facts. Growing up in Canada, we didn't have a lot of exposure to America in terms of basketball and stuff. It was more considered a hockey country, and that's what Steve Nash, Wiggins, Tristan Thompson, all those guys were kind of the pioneers in terms of making it to the NBA. And now I'm just the follow-up for Kitchener and for all the young kids where I grew up in small cities in Canada. To make it out here is kind of a big deal. So, yes, it was definitely harder, way harder to make it from Canada.
What was the feeling like coming back from 3-1 deficits?
It was good. I mean, like I said, it's a really good feeling, and it's a really big accomplishment, really big task to do with the team, but it's not a position we want to be in. We want to come out the way we are fighting with desperation. And if we do that, then we're going to be really scary. So, yeah.
All right, we're back in the third quarter here. You guys obviously played the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. LeBron and AD, two of the probably 5 best players in the world right now. Obviously, they make a huge difference, but what is it about the Lakers? What are some of the things that they do so well or that they take you out of that make it so hard to beat them?
Honestly, I felt like we were right there. I felt that we made a lot of self-inflicted wounds on ourselves and did things that hurt us. But I just think the rebounding is crucial. When you give these guys such great scorers and passers, multiple chances at a possession is going to be tough, especially when you're playing good defense for most of the game, most possession. I think if we could just get some more boards, I think we change the whole series.
Yeah. That possession, by the way, looked like Miami basketball, even though Hero ended up shooting a contested 3. The back and forth and the ball movement right now is really good for Miami.
That was a nice layup.
That was a nice layup. Little sauce on that one. I wanted to ask you about the playoff atmosphere, because one of the things that I couldn't sort of get over was playing without fans. Like, there was at no point in time did it feel normal, or it just was surreal the whole time. And one of the things that makes the playoffs and especially the finals so amazing is playing in front of fans. And so did it change the environment? Did it change the competitiveness at all? Playing in the conference finals, on the biggest stage with no fans?
Definitely a much different experience. And guys are just kind of going at each other, being more physical, talking to each other, trying to get each other fired up to let them know how much this game, really means. Because it's easy to get lackadaisical or get lazy and fall asleep. So with the fans not being there and the energy not being as loud, I thought it changed the way a lot of teams played.
Yeah. think they're looking at maybe. I mean, I don't have sound on this, but it looks like maybe they're looking at a clear path here. Jimmy with 19, 8, and 8 right now, shooting over 60% from the field. Anthony Davis, 5 points, 5 turnovers, and Lakers as a team with 15 turnovers. I talked a little bit about this right before halftime, but one of the things that the Heat did, the adjustment they made, is when they're in man-to-man, they're just constantly sending a second defender at LeBron and Anthony Davis, and that's sort of the adjustment they made. You just had to figure at some point after game 1 and 2 they were going to come out of that zone.
Yeah, they got you got to send multiple. You got to make AD pass the ball. You have to make him pass the ball. He can score one-on-one over guys and shoot over guys and get to the cup, but if you make him pass the ball and make somebody else beat you, that's what we tried to do, and he still went out for 30 something.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's funny because, I played with Dwight in his prime, and obviously, you're sort of in your prime, ending your prime, whatever. Jokic is the same way. Joel, every great player that I've played with, you can try to take them out of what they want to do. And I remember playing with Dwight, and it'd be like, man, Dwight, he's not having a good game right now. Like they've really messed him up. And then you kind of look up at the scoreboard and you're like, oh, he's got 21 and 15. It's the third quarter. It's amazing. These guys are just so good. And obviously you're in that category now too. But the elite players, man, they're just different. They're just different.
It's funny because we see so much different types of defense. Like they blitz you, they go into a drop, they trap you, they try to down it. There's so many different things they try to do to knock you out of your rhythm.
Yeah, I can't. Maybe it was Game 7. I don't really remember. Was it Game 7 against the Clippers when you had 25 in the first half?
Yeah.
Okay, so they play the first half against you a certain way, and then they decide in the second half, for much of the second half at least, that they're going to blitz your action with Jokic, and you're just getting off the ball quick to him, and it's Jokic 4-on-3 catching the ball in the middle of the floor, that's an unstoppable play to try and guard. The two-man game you guys have is special, and because the two-man game you guys have is different than a lot of two-man games because you guys do it every way. You guys do it off pin downs, you do it off DHOs. You do it off straight pick and rolls. You do it off the throw and go, and then you start cutting. It's really fun to watch. It's good basketball.
I appreciate you. I love when you're guarding me. It makes it so much easier.
You love what?
I love when you're guarding me. It makes it so much easier.
Jamal, I don't guard you. I will say one thing real quick. Man, first of all, I've been giving you love on here, and you come on here and disparage my defense. Come on, man. Come on.
I didn't say nothing about your style. I just said nothing offensively. Everybody got their weaknesses. It's okay.
Oh, that's funny. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago in Philly. I've really never really been dunked on bad in my career.
Oh, man.
And
I forgot about that.
It was like a 2-on-1 fast break, and I'm the last guy back, and I'm kind of like, I'm backpedaling, I'm backpedaling, like waiting to make a play, and I'm just waiting to step up and take a charge. And I guess I just backpedaled too far, and you just took off and put that left hand out, and I was like, oh!
Do we have the clip? I'd love to see that again. I haven't seen that in so long.
House of Highlights put it up. I actually told Omar, I was like, yo, man, every clip you've ever had of me up is me getting dunked on or someone with a chase down block on me, like a LeBron chase down block. I'm like, man, I do good things on a basketball court. You can put them up occasionally too.
That's funny.
We had a couple Duke people on in the second quarter. My last game, I had 4 Kentucky people on. It was awful. And I know you went to Kentucky. I didn't realize, by the way, come on, man. Kentucky people, they're just different, bro. But I didn't realize you were the only player to average 20 or more for Cal. I had no idea. And if you think about
you can't stop disrespecting the Kentucky culture over here, baby. That's what we do. That's what we do.
I mean, you think about AD, DeMarcus, John Wall, Booker, all the one and dones that have gone through there. You're the only guy that's averaged 20. What did he tell you, like in your recruitment before going there? What was like the message? Did you know right away you were going to be one and done?
Yeah. If I played the way I played, I would be a one and done. That's the way I had to think about it. If I didn't play the way I need to play, then I'm probably going to stay. That's what my dad told me. But yeah, Cal just said, because we had 3 guards. We had Isaiah Briscoe, Tyler Ulis, and myself. So I was the best shooter, so I had to space the floor, and I played off the ball a lot. And that's where I got my JJ Redick going and coming off of floppies and pin downs. And now when I go to the NBA, now I'm a combo. I can play on the ball, I can play off the ball, and I'm just as comfortable doing both. So it was fun to go to Kentucky because it got me so many different looks and how it's going to be in the NBA. And Cal just said, "Hey, we need you to go score the ball," and that's what I tried to do.
I love it. Just reminds me of my days at Duke when Coach K ran every play for me. Every play was floppy.
I had so many floppy plays.
Bro, I've actually, now that I've gotten older, like I feel kind of bad for some of the teammates that I played with at Duke, because I'm like, y'all really didn't get any plays called for you ever. It was either a post up for Sheldon Williams or some screens for me, like 3 screens at times too.
Yeah, I had the option of coming out either way.
Yeah, by the way, LeBron just took Jimmy off the dribble and muscled in a point, but Jimmy in the bubble is got to be one of the 5 sort of winners of the bubble. If there's any winners of the bubble, he's got to be in there. You're certainly in there. Can you just talk a little bit about just what he's done in Miami and how impressed you are with sort of leading this team to the finals?
I'm a huge fan of Jimmy. Just the fight he plays with, the competitiveness he plays with, and he pushes guys to want to play and want to be better. He's trying to hold them to the highest standard. And I'd love to be a part of that. Like somebody that's always going at you in practice, somebody that's always talking to you and keeping you on your toes when you don't want to be. You need that when you're trying to be great as an individual or as a team. And to see how the team responds and that heat culture is really cool. I love it. I love to watch them play because they play with such a fight.
Yeah. Well, you guys do too, and it seems like you guys are definitely, obviously, building something in Denver. What do you think you guys need, or what do you guys think you have to do? Like, what is the next step? Because it has been this sort of, steady climb. You guys lost last season, Game 7 against Portland. Rondo with the tough lefty off the top of the backboard.
That's tough.
But you guys lost Game 7 last year against Portland in the conference semifinals. You get to the conference finals this year. What do you need to do, or what are some things you need to improve on, do you think, as a team to get over that hump?
I mean, I personally think we got all the tools. We got everything. Now it's just, we got new pieces. We got Jeremy, we got MPJ, we got Bol, who hasn't played. Like, we got so many pieces we're still trying to factor in and still play the same way we're playing. So it's going to take a little learning experience, and we're going to be up and downs. But at the rate we're going with and the steadiness of winning and competing, I love where we're at. I just can't wait for next season. I'm already starting to prepare mentally and gear up for that.
Hey, I noticed when you were talking, when we were doing the bucket segment, the earlier segment with the questions from fans, you were sort of talking about that communication, that dialogue that you have. I feel like the separator for a lot of great players is that intelligence, right? That basketball IQ and just thinking the game. And it seems to me like that connection that you and Jokic have, and how smart he is and how intelligent he is. You guys just are like the perfect pair. You play off each other perfectly. What is that like, playing with a guy with that high level of intelligence?
It's a lot of fun. There's a reason why he's the best big man in the game. He sees the game as a whole. He sees the tempo. He sees the pace. He sees how the other teams are playing. He sees the fouls. He sees his fouls. and most of all, he wants to win. You know, he's unselfish. You know, he's looking at me, but he's throwing the ball to the corner, and guys are ready for the ball. You know, so it's just that willingness to be unselfish and make the right play for everybody, and have the ultimate goal and trying to win is so fun. And we just play off each other, knowing that we can go to anything. I can send him a screen, he can send me a screen. I can cut, knowing that somebody else might be open. Like we're just playing for the team. We're playing to win. And why?
I feel like a lot is made of him being too unselfish at times. Like that's a sort of a narrative at times in the media. Like he needs to shoot more, or he needs to be more aggressive in these situations. Do you guys ever have to tell him like, "Hey, man, you got to shoot the ball more," or do you guys sort of accept this is this? Because to me, like you can't change who a guy is fundamentally. Fundamentally, he's a thinking man. You know, he wants to play at his pace. He wants to survey. He wants to see, and he's like the guy that's always going to make the right play. He just happens to be, you know, an elite 7-foot scorer as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like he on the pick and pop, he has that shot most of the time.
Yeah.
But he's not going to shoot it every single time. Sometimes he might fake it and look for a back door, look for a corner. Like he just plays the game at such a higher level. He's not rushing anything. He's just playing his own game at his own pace.
Dude, you were in the bubble for a long time. I was in there
80-something days.
Yeah, I was in there like, I don't know, 5 weeks. I was one of the first guys out of the bubble. You know, I was in that first group that didn't make the playoffs. There were certain things that I was like looking forward to. What was sort of the first thing when you got out of the bubble and you were able to decompress a little bit and get over the emotions? What was sort of the first thing that you did that you were like, all right, I'm out of the bubble, I can do this now?
Well, I didn't drive a car in 80-something days.
I didn't even think about that.
Like I didn't drive a car in 80 days. So drove up to the mountains, spent a night in the mountains, and just, you know, took up some different air over there, you know?
Yeah. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, I played golf a few times. So like I drove a golf cart, I guess, but that would be the extent of it. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm not
another
very
roll
golfer.
on a 3. This game, I feel like, is like literally night and day from the first 2 games. It's like the Miami Heat that we've, you know, been used to seeing offensively, the ball movement and everything, and they're doing such a good job. And I keep saying this, but they're doing such a good job of picking and choosing their spots of when to go to zone, when to send help. I mean, Spo is, you know, he's an elite coach, and this game has proven it. Whether they win or lose this game is, you know, it's a great example of that. All right, we're going to go to another timeout, commercial break. So our next segment is called Secret Recipe. And obviously, Lakers are trying to get back in this game. What's the secret for the Heat to keep this lead and close it out in the fourth quarter? What's the secret?
I just think don't get tight. Now keep energy in the ball. Keep attacking mismatches. Just keep pacing the game. And I feel like they play better when their emotions are running high and they're playing faster pace, to getting up and down and kind of make it hectic for LA. So pace and definitely rebounding. Rebounding is going to be every single game, every single possession.
Yeah. Dwight does such a good job on the offensive rebound. He pursues it.
It's crazy when they have JaVale, they got Dwight, they got AD, like Morris. Like they can just bring in bodies and just be aggressive as they want on the boards and get you guys in foul trouble. That's what they try to do with us.
Yeah.
Sending bodies.
Yeah. All right. I got a couple Canadian questions. What you mentioned kind of like Nash earlier, and I've kind of talked to him a little bit about this because I think certainly him making it to the league back in the mid '90s was huge, and you know, the Raptors and the Grizzlies as expansion teams were huge, but there's just been this explosion over the last 10 years of Canadian talent and NBA guys. You guys have a ton of NBA guys now. You know, my teammate Nikhil Alexander Walker, another kid from the Toronto area that came into the league this year. What do you sort of attribute that to? Is it attention, development, globalization? I have no idea, but what do you attribute that to?
I feel like we've always had good players. We just haven't had the opportunity as some of the guys that have it from a young age all the way up, until they get drafted. We get either seen late or don't get seen at all because they're somewhere in Canada where no one really knows of or knows about of. So I feel like we've always had the talent, and it's good to see all the exposure we're getting, and guys take it seriously where their dreams really can't come true. So no, I love that. I love having my little brother look up to me in the league and knowing that he has a chance to make it and have that drive.
Do you know Drake? Are you cool with Drake?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to his house?
Nah.
Have you seen pictures of it?
Nah. I seen the outside, but I never seen the inside.
It's special, man. It's special.
I've heard.
No, it was on. I think it was Architectural Digest or something. He imported the finest porcelain and the finest tiles and the finest marble you can find, like the rarest of the rarest in every room. It's absolutely. He's got whatever. I'm exaggerating here, but he's got gold peacocks wallpaper. I don't even know. It's just it's insane. I think he's been honestly he's so good for the NBA. I love it. I love the fandom that he has. It's so good.
It's the one Canadian team in the league, We gotta support.
Yeah, but let's be honest, man. There should be a team in Vancouver. Vancouver is one of the best cities in the world. In the world.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right. We're back with the game. Heat trying to hold on to this lead. You were guarded by Caruso a little bit in the conference finals. I talked a ton on game one just about the difference. He's a difference maker. His stats don't always show up. Deflections, loose balls, he just seems to play hard and make winning plays. He's a fierce competitor. He's a guy that I don't know. I have a ton of respect for him.
Yeah, he guarded me, and we were matched up in college when he went to Texas A&M, so we played against him twice. I've been seeing him since college. He definitely winning plays hard, and he has kind of that instinct you want guys to have, that quick, witty instinct. So,
if you're at the end of the game, you got 10 seconds left, and you're Jimmy with a tough turnaround. Tough. End of the game, ISO situation, tie game. Which white number 4 would you rather have guard you? Alex Caruso or me?
Game on the line, it don't matter, honestly. As long as I got the rock, it don't matter to me. But if I see you, JJ, I'm definitely,
right. So a right to left crossover with the step back.
No, I like left to right.
Left, yeah, because you like going right.
Actually, well, look at the stats. They're he likes to go left more, but he has a higher percentage going right. So which way you want to send me?
No, you've developed your game to a point where you just it's complete. Your offensive game is complete. Your offensive game is complete.
I appreciate it, JJ.
I know.
I
can't really knock it, man. You got the mid range. You got the layup package. You have a floater. You have threes off the dribble, threes off the catch. It's impressive. I read that article a few years ago, by the way. Literally read it a few years ago, but it was talking just about your dad and the way that you guys trained growing up and how much time you spent working on your game. And I know we're on overtime right now, and overtime's huge in the high school hoops community. Can you just talk a little bit about your regimen growing up and how much time and how much work it took to get to the point you're at today?
Countless hours. I would go to school, come back home, do my homework right when I came home, or picking my brother from school, do my homework, and then after that, from 5 to 6 to midnight, I'm out across the street shooting hoops, practicing, running hills, jogging around the block, just doing everything every single day, waking up early in the morning. That's a hell of a block.
Oh. That looked rough. That was a hell of a block. I mean, it takes a little bit more than anyone else is willing to do. That's the best way to describe it, right?
I think a lot of times when you feel like you're doing enough, it's really not. You know, for me at least.
That's it. Yeah, I feel So a great way to put that is like every. Oh my gosh, that's a collision. Every year.
Yeah, I got hit something like that.
That's a foul, by the way. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, that's a foul.
It's a foul.
We're talking about a block. That's a foul.
That's a foul. But I feel like every year, like you get older, like in high school, like what you thought was work, like real work in high school, like really wasn't. And then in college is the same way. And like every year you're in the league, like you just, you can see it in the improvement you've made in your game, but you know, every year in the league, it takes more to continue to get better. And that to me is like the mark of someone who actually does diligent work is there's improvement, and it's visible improvement year to year.
I think you start to see guys or teams like really just lock in and on your tendencies. All right, he wants to go left, and then they realize, okay, he really is only going left. You know, like those type of things. Now I'm able to go right and pull up, and now step back to my right. Now I'm comfortable shooting that late in the game. Like there's teams are trying to do everything they can to. They're just reading the scouting report. Send them left, force them to this, chase them, gap them, whatever they're doing. You know, you have to be ready for everything, or else you can't be out there.
Yeah. Well, Jamal, I really appreciate as LeBron hits a tough layup to end the third. I really appreciate the time, brother. Good to see you. I can't wait to guard you next season, man. I can't wait to guard you next season.
I'm with it.
Cool. All right, bro.